Today, I want to talk about a topic that used to bug me as a new course creator several years ago. So, when I just got into the world of online courses, I kept hearing the term signature course. And yet nobody really seemed to explain what does that mean. It was almost like you should just by default know what a signature course is, why you should create one, and how would it look like. So today I want to take you on the journey of behind the scenes of what is a signature course. Do you actually need one? And if you have decided to make it happen, what are some of the things to keep in mind as you're creating your own signature course? And if you already know, or through this episode you decide that you want to create your own signature course as well, make sure to check out your high profit offer program. I will leave the link with all the details in the description. So if this is the journey you want to get on and you know you want to create an amazing offer for your audience, plus you want to make sure that there is excellent user experience every step along the way, make sure to check out the offer. I'll be excited to have you in there. But now let's talk about signature courses. So what is a signature course in the first place? So there are several different course offers, there are different digital products, digital programs you can create, and in fact most of the terms surrounding this topic altogether are used rather loosely. So there isn't really one clear definition of anything, and it really will depend on the person and what it is that they understand by each specific thing. So even when it comes to signature courses, there isn't like just one go-to, checklist you have to walk through to make sure you're creating your own signature course. However, I will give you an idea of what would it look like and what it would mean in most cases. But if you listen to this and you make the decision to create your own signature offer, but you feel like you might go a bit different direction, you can absolutely do that. It's your business, your decision, your product. Go for it. So what is a signature course in the first place? It's usually going to be more high-end, more high-priced offer where you introduce your audience to your specific expertise. Often there will be some more interactive ways to learn and interact with you, specifically learn from you, potentially have live sessions, Q&As, beyond just pre-recorded video materials. So you will have the course as the base. You will have a full course curriculum, step by step through several different modules, several lessons. It doesn't matter how long are the lessons. It doesn't matter how you record them. But the idea is that you have this base curriculum combined with some added interactive elements, and that creates this high-end, high-priced offer. However, what makes it a signature offer, what actually, adds that title to it, is that it's gonna be the offer that you are getting known for. So once you have a signature course, signature offer, that is your specific framework, your specific strategy, a specific guide that you're leading your audience through. So you can have several different offers. You can have many smaller courses. You can provide done-for-you services, coaching, whatever it is, but your signature course is that main offer that everything else circles back to. And if we're thinking about it in terms of funnels, this would mean that, for example, once your audience get to know you, they enroll in your free offer, they get upsold, for example, like $99 course on a specific topic, and then later down the road, you invite them to join this signature course. So they already know you, they have already shown interest, they have proved that they are interested in actually taking action, buying the product, and now you invite them into that next step. Now, how the funnel itself would specifically look like absolutely depends on you. This is just one of the samples. You can also sell your signature offers directly, but since they most likely will be high-end and more high-priced than any other offer within your offer suite, you will want to kind of ease your audience into it. You will want to make sure that you're selling your signature course to warmed-up audience. Warmed up audience in this case would mean that, again, as I already mentioned, so your audience already have shown some interest in what it is that you do. They have shown some interest in purchasing the products. They have potentially invested in some smaller offers first. and then they're going to be more confident to actually invest in that more high-end offer. And talking about the funnels, talking about high-end offers and selling high-end offers, again, there are like just many different ways how you can go about it. In my personal experience, and that might also be just with my audience, my niche, right? So experience that most people who will enroll in my offers above 2 or 3K will have invested into something beforehand. And this is normal practice. It's like providing some kind of a teaser offer, some kind of, proof that you are actually doing something on the other side, because online world is so filled with all kinds of different offers, and being disappointed honestly is a quite common, experience. So for those who are ready to invest more high end, it's not that they don't want to put all that money in the offer. It's just that they want to get that proof. They want to build the trust before. So they might want to first enroll into some smaller offer before they enroll in your signature course. So this is a bit off track, just about more about the funnels and actually selling. So let's circle back to how would a signature course actually look like and how to decide if you might be ready to make yours as well. One of the key differences between creating a signature course and creating just a course, and I don't mean to say just a course like it's some, smaller, less important element. I mean, smaller courses, lower priced courses, simpler courses, shorter courses, whatever is the case, evergreen offers, all of that can be incredibly valuable, and you don't have to build a signature course. Your whole funnel, your whole digital offer suite can be based on smaller offers just as well. But the key difference I want to talk about is that in most cases, smaller courses can be created even when you have little experience. So for example, I have mentioned this before as well. My very first course was created when I was 1 year into freelancing, and I created a course about how to get started with freelancing. So within this 1 year, I gained a lot of experience. I had a lot to share. I got a lot of questions from people around me about how I got started, how they can do the same, and so on. So I used that experience to create my course. But overall, the course was rather simple. It was very straightforward. I just basically put all the answers that, from the questions that I got, I put them in the course and created a curriculum based on that. Creating a signature course after just 1 year, the timing is relative and it really depends. But if you have been doing something specific for a rather short while, you don't really have as much of one-on-one experiences. You maybe have never actually done this with a client. You have just worked on it yourself. It can still be valuable experience to share, and you can still create a course, but it might not be a signature course material just yet. Because one of the biggest differences between signature course and a basic course, I would say, is that what you offer in a signature course is proven time and time again. It is your framework, it is your strategy. You probably have tons of client experiences with that. You have done it one-on-one. Maybe you have done it within groups. Maybe you have already had some live group experience related to it, and now you're turning it into a signature offer. So even though if you have even your own experiences only for a long while, you can create a signature offer because you have that path proven. But in most cases, if your experience is shorter or you just haven't had as much of the experience in general, you might not really qualify for creating the signature course because you just can't really provide all that evidence-based content. And this might be a bit controversial, so there is a very fine line. I'm just saying it from my perspective, from my experiences, what I have seen with my clients, what I have seen in my own business, and seeing what others are selling as well. There definitely is more potential to create a very valuable high-end product that actually brings results if you have proven results yourself within this field for quite some time. And it just again circles back to this, that it doesn't really matter what is the timeline. You just want to make sure that you create a signature course when you're actually ready for it. And I can also share my own experience with creating courses about course creation. So when I got into this whole ordeal of specifically focusing on online courses and digital products, At first, I learned the key elements you need to know and you need to go through to actually create a course, right? So within the first few months, I would be able to actually create my own course about it because I knew the basics. I have gone through it, I have done it. I knew the platforms you need to use, I knew how to create great curriculums. I have had all kinds of different experiences with my clients, so I had a lot of great base material. However, I wasn't particularly ready to create a signature offer just yet. I maybe didn't have as many specific client samples I could rely on. I didn't have as much of the trial and error, and I had good experiences, but for example, I haven't gone through as many challenges just yet. And at that time, I felt like I need to just gain more of that experience to bulletproof the strategies that I have and the steps that I'm providing. And then I can create a signature course. So again, this is not about the time, and it didn't matter if I've been like within the business for several months or several years, but I myself, I just felt like I'm not there just quite yet. And this might also be something that you want to consider. Do you actually feel certain in the experience you want to provide that it will make sense for you to actually create this signature offer? Because the signature offer, as I already mentioned, usually it will take slightly more time to actually get there. It will take more of the content to put in there, more of the planning, so it will be more of undertaking to actually make it happen. So as you go into it, you want to be sure that this is what you want to do. Now, along with having the experience, having the confidence, having the strategy and frameworks that you're actually ready to put into this course, I would also say that by the time you want to create your signature course, you will want to have some audience already established online. So you don't want to be coming in the online world unknown with a signature offer. So if currently you're kind of getting started with email marketing, you're maybe growing your list slightly, you are active on Instagram here and there, but you don't really have full-on strategy, you don't have as many followers, and it doesn't matter if you have like 100 or 10,000 followers. It's not about the numbers per se. You just want to have established online presence. And if you don't have that just yet, if you don't have a mailing list just yet, if you haven't gone into this habit of sending consistent emails weekly, if you're not showing up on Instagram, you're still finding out your brand voice, you're still figuring out how to actually do these things consistently, it might not be the best time for you to create your signature offer just yet. Once you have this base, it will just be a lot easier to sell. Plus, along with having the audience, you might also want to consider already having some offers out there, because as I mentioned before, for many people it will be important that they get some teaser content. It can be free, it can be low priced, maybe you create a mini course, maybe you actually just have an evergreen course that you want to turn into signature offer. So you have a great base course, but you're just going to be taking it and adding in some interactive elements. Maybe you're going to be doing live program, maybe you're going to be doing a program for a specific timeline with Q&A elements, review sessions, done with you offers, whatever is the case. So if you already have some products, some offers going on, it will be a lot easier for you to create a successful signature course. So here's what I would say. I would say that you are ready for your signature course if you have proven experience, you have proven success within what you do, you have created or established some specific way of getting things done, and that is what you want to share in your signature course. Your audience already knows you, or at least you have established your online presence to the extent that you're satisfied with, and you know that you have these habits of showing up. Or even, we're not talking only about Instagram, we're not talking only about showing up per se, but whatever marketing it is that you are going into, you want to make sure that you have that done before you get into signature offer creation. Plus, you will also want to have at least some existing offers. And having existing offers, or like getting started with some smaller offers, can also be a great way to actually establish for yourself how you're going to be creating the content. So you already have chosen the platform, you already know what tools you're going to be using for creating the slides, for recording the videos. Maybe you have already hired somebody to edit your videos, or set it all up or design your pages. So you have these things set. It's not like you're learning it all as you're creating the signature offer. And you can create signature offer even if you don't know how to get these things done, obviously, because that's something you can always learn along the way as well. But I'm just saying it can be a lot simpler if you have at least some of these things established. And maybe also within the first course, you didn't do that great. Maybe you created a course and it was doing all right, but you know that your slide designs could be improved. Maybe you know that you want to change the platform. And now, as you would be getting into the signature course creation, you already know what it is that you need to improve. So once you create that signature offer, it's not a trial and error kind of a deal. You're going into it with full confidence. And if you know that you're about to create your signature offer and this episode made you just even more inspired to go full speed ahead, make sure to check out your high profit offer program. Within the program, we're going to be going through every step along the way, but you will not only learn how to make it happen, but you will also receive full support and guidance. I will provide you review sessions. I will help you to figure out the next best step for you. If you have any roadblocks, I'll be always there to chat with you. My main goal with this offer is to give you a chance not only to create amazing program, but also make sure that your audience is getting the best possible experience every step along the way. And that's also what I'm going to be providing for you within this program itself. You will find all the details about it in the link in the description. Now that will be it from me. I hope you got some great insights in what is a signature offer and whether or not this is something that you would want to work on right now. If you have any follow-up feedback or any topics you would love to hear more about, make sure to reach out to me on Instagram at Course Creation Lab. That will be it from me for this time, and I hope to see you in the next episode.